Almost 2 years ago to date, Bronson Moreau was drafted by the Seattle Seahawks, and he would lead them to a Super Bowl come year 2. But after some turmoil in year 3, he'd see his exit and disappearance in the game of football. But on a quiet day's practice in Monroe, Louisiana, Monroe would step foot on the football field once again, this time taking over the Warhawks as their new offensive coordinator. This is the first offense Bronson Moreau has touched since leaving the NFL, and he learned a thing or two after taking sack after sack in the NFL. He plans on establishing his own style of veer and shoot offense, getting the ball out quickly, spreading out defenses, and saving a quarterback's life or two. But ultimately for Bronson, this is a redemption story and a chance for him to prove he could see something through. And with that, we welcome in our prequel series to College Football 27. Bronson Moreau is back here on this channel, and I can't believe that series came out on May 15th, 2024. And I'd love to know how many of you were there for the start of Bronson's story. And if you were, how far do you think he will go as our story begins offensive coordinator for the ULM Warhawks? Now, I will go ahead and say this is not going to be my team for College Football 27, but it is where Monroe steps back into the game of football. As mentioned, he will be using a veer and shoot. We're going to try to work into this offense a little bit. It's not something I've run that often, but it's one I've been very intrigued with. Same as the 3-3-5 defense. These are going to be my schemes, I believe, in College Football 27. If anything changes, obviously, I'll let you know. But the plan is to get Bronson reestablished here, see how well he does in this year, and depending on how quickly we get through this, we may have 1 or 2 seasons before College Football 27 is out. But without any further ado, it's time Bronson officially retakes that football field. Now, with a new season beginning at home, it's not a long road trip for Bronson Moreau. From Louisiana, went to college in Louisiana, now back from the Pacific Northwest to help lead this Warhawk offense. Might just say Coach Monroe is a true Hawk at heart. As this team heads out onto the field, we'll see how they match up against the FCS East Judicials in what should be an easier first test for Coach Monroe's offense. The good news for him is his offense gets the ball not trailing as they start off with a run. It's a big gap headed up center field, McReynolds. Now that is the goal of a veer and shoot offense, is to try to just spread out these defenses and give some easier running lanes. This time it's a catch for McReynolds. He's got some speed taken out at the opposite 40. Now, of course, Coach Monroe knows a thing or two about some good running back pairings. Got to play with Kenny Walker, a couple other good backs as well. It's a third straight play for McReynolds. Haven't got to see much from Armenta so far, as everything has been kept rather chill for him, but he gets the keeper call here. He'll pick up about half the yardage needing for a 3rd and 3 to spread out to the right-hand side. A little blitz is brought, but it's going to be backside throwing and staying in bounds. McReynolds scooting down to the 15. Though the heavy workload seems to have dealt its toll. McReynolds shaken up after the play. And on top of that, FCS East Judicials are challenging that play. And it's double bad news as it's coming back. McReynolds at the sideline as the ball's placed back at the 31. A little bit of some play action here. Rolling to the right-hand side. His receiver comes back to it. That'll be caught for a gain of 4. Armenta's got to appreciate that from his receiver, not having to find all the space himself. Little back shoulder action falls incomplete. They might be playing against the east, but it's west with the pass breakup. A 3rd and 6, a hard count. No one officially jumps, though there was some movement. Good lead blocking. It looks to be a first down. However, it might have been too good of blocking. McBroom seems to be the culprit of the hold. And it sets up a 3rd and 16. As they go a little bit of some RPO, it's over to Buckhalter, who gets to the 31. And after all of that, they're going to have to settle up here for a field goal attempt. Coach Moreau's offense looking for points off their first drive, and it's a driven field goal through the uprights. Tack on 3 for the Warhawks to begin their season. With the defense coming through for the Warhawks, they'll get the ball back 3-0. This time, they've got their main running back in the game. Mick Reynolds trying to break through another pair of tackles. Offensive line doing a great job opening up these lanes against the Judicials. Leaving a 1st and 10 here. They look to bring a little bit of a blitz or at least back over. But it's Green over the top of those linebackers down to the 16. Right now, the Judicials struggling against Coach's new offense. Perhaps it's that NFL mindset that's helping his team do so much success out the gates here. It's been a while, though, since he's played in the NFL. Experience is still experience. We'll see how his team manages this time down officially inside the red zone. It was a review last time that took him out, and a flag comes in. Looks like this will be another holding. Gaffney. But more like self-inflicted wounds being the problem for Coach Moreau's offense, as it's not been the Judicials' defense causing too much. A little bump there, though, ruins what could have been a big play on a tight end slip screen. 3rd and 20. Double A gap look, though they do back out into coverage. Pass thrown over the middle. That's going to be caught. Buckhalter, but taken down at the 11. That'll be the end of the first quarter here for Monroe and his veer and shoot offense. They've picked up 3 points, but they've had some bad play along the way. That, though, has been more of penalties being the problem. As we get the second quarter underway, it's the offense on the field in a 4th and 5. Hard count from Armenta. Draws off the Judicials defensive lineman. And that will be enough for the first down. To the 6, make it goal to go. A spread look, though, they hand it off. That's Smith, left side and in. Another promising drive with some hurdles to overcome. And that is a 10-point lead for ULM Warhawks over the Judicials to open up the second quarter. Unfortunately, that would also spark the Judicials on their following drive. So as we take the field back again on offense, 6 minutes to go in the first half. Now just a 3-point ball game. Good coverage downfield, and this is going to be a rollout. Thrown off the back foot and swatted away. Jax Jernigan able to break up what could have been a big play if Armenta maybe had a little bit of a stronger arm. Handoff this time, Smith had their previous touchdown. He's got 8 more. So far, a lot of variance for Coach Moreau's offense here, trying to keep this defense guessing. With some good running lanes, here goes Galloway to the midfield logo. And now we're going to see a little bit of some hurry up. This is something to expect with a veer and shoot style offense. If you gain some yardage, you get back to it quickly. Try to put as much pressure on the defense as you can as that pass is thrown away. First time the line has given up a clean hit on their quarterback. Keeping with that spread look, this time it's going to be an RPO. It's Smith cutting back towards the middle. He's got a quick 6. That leaves things far more manageable for a 3rd down here. They need 4 more. Hard count, Armenta, and a delayed jump. I don't know. Right tackle might have said something extra there to get the DT to move. But free is free, and ULM will take that one. Galloway here with the lane, sticks that foot north and gets north, though Rylan Green shaken up on the play. One of the offensive linemen here for the Warhawks. As he makes his way to the sideline. Offense stays out there for a 2nd and 2. See how well they can continue to hold up or not. With a wide open target, it's floated outside. It's caught Trujillo. That is the freshman out of Rio Rancho, New Mexico. And while you may not want to speak too early, Coach Moreau's offense doing mighty well out the gate. Their first heavier set here, bring out the fullback for Galloway. He's got 5 more. So far, it's just been steady pacing for the Warhawks. Judicial's not providing too much, except for their congestion over the middle clogs up that screen pass, falling incomplete. 3rd and 5, and the pitch is out. It's Galloway, close to the marker, though doesn't look like he has it. Coach Moreau is going to leave him out there. He was an aggressive play caller in the NFL. He seems to be an aggressive play caller here in college as well. Throws right. It's caught by Griffin. First down as they do complete their second 4th down conversion. The 1st and goal at the 6. Trips stay right side. Big block down the middle, and Galloway will work his way in. The spread is working out magnificently here for the running attack that has led the way for the Warhawks. But the passing game has clearly hit plenty of times as well. Smooth sailing against the Judicials. But we would not be done yet here in the first half. Inside 2 minutes. And we see another big-time score here. The pass lofted downfield. This time it's reeled in. Campbell breaking the tackle, cutting back towards the middle, and finally brought down at the 40. 122 yards through the air for this offense. And it's been a tandem work in the backfield today as well. A little RPO flying all the way to the outside, back to Campbell, and out of bounds at the midfield line. You might have thought that was good enough for a first down. Not quite. 2nd and inches as they go with a draw. It's McReynolds, the other man, doing damage from the backfield with another gash against this defense. They'll go hurry up from there, trying to save a little bit of some time. Throws outside. Buckhalter looks to take this up the sideline, though shoved out prior to the 20. 11 completions for Armenta. Might just need one more for another touchdown. Here, though, under pressure, he is scooped up and dropped. Edgar Carter. That's the only negative we've seen on this drive, leaving 2nd and 16. RPO again, this time to the tight end. This time he caught it, and he's going to pick up a big gain, angling out. Aaron Gresham, though, for the Judicials, injured post-play. Will stop this clock, plus with the player going out of bounds, leaving a 3rd and 2, 48 on the clock. With 2 options over to the right, it's a little bit of some play action. Throwing off that back foot, and it's another catch for the freshman. Doing some work from the slot. He's really liking this new scheme. Coach Moreau brought that time, though, not enough space. And it's Coach Moreau calling a first timeout. He'll have 2 more to use here inside the 10. They look to go to the air here, nothing opening up, and it looked like the only one trying to go up and over was the quarterback. Perhaps a little too soon. 3rd and goal. As they get back to the line here, Armenta checking the sideline for a call. And it's going to be an RPO. McReynolds slips one. Not enough to get back into the end zone, plus more flags down. A 3rd holding call today. Now Coach will use his 2nd time there to assess. The penalty was declined. It's 4th and goal at the 4, and it's the offense still out on the field. Armenta with that hard count. Looking to take this one himself as he crosses that goal line. What a first half. Welcome back to football for Coach Moreau as his offense puts up 24 points as we still got another half a game to go. And we will hop right along into the second half of things, about midway through the 3rd, as we've got the ball here with a short field, though the Judicials are ready. Vic Yeldon on the blitz, hits home. It's a loss of 2 as they look to set up a screen here out to the left-hand side. It's McReynolds slipping by 1 and will get about half the distance. That does still leave a long 6 yards needed here. About the 35 is where they have to get. It's a swing out to the tight end, and it's Sullivan finding the angle for the first. Seems like tight ends will become a big part of this offense. A little swing out pass here to McReynolds as he looks for the angle too, scooting out at about the 18. This offense picking up where they left off in the first half. Some big gains here and there. as they look to get that blitz in. Jax Jernigan with the sack, and I don't know what's going on with the camera work here at ULM, but it likes to jump up. Following his blocks here, it's McReynolds, who just gets boxed out by number 24. Unable to get by him, leaves it a 3rd and 13. Single high coverage down the center of the field. But the pressure's gonna get through, and on top of it, I think the man who let him through was also grabbing his jersey. This time, though, on 4th down, it will not be the offense out there. They bring out the field goal unit. And that kick is right down the middle. I'll take that zoom. It's ULM with a dominant lead here, 27-7, as we move into the 4th quarter. It is still a 20-point lead. The Judicials have not managed much against this defense, and it's McReynolds once again putting in the work. But I do feel like we got to tell the camera guy up top or wherever he is, you don't got to do that weird zoom at the end of every play. Armenta trying to dance around, but once again, the shadow work from the Judicials doing enough to slow down this offense. They go with a quick throw outside. That's to Campbell. He's going to pick up the lost yardage, but it does still leave 9 more needed for 3rd down. This offense not necessarily struggling in this second half, but seeing a lot more long down and distances, and what a diving tackle. Armenta thought he had enough there. Turns out he did not. Leaves 4th and inches. Sullivan Jr. motions to the left. And they're going to run a little bit of some speed option, though. Armenta's clogged up, and that's the first negative here. Coming off of that, the Judicials do march down the field and find their 2nd touchdown, which leaves us with 4:40 to go. Trying to put this game away, not give them any sort of hope here late. It's going to be a swing out pass. Good spin move, McReynolds. He's been a fun player to watch in this offense, and I can only imagine we're going to see a whole lot more focus on him as long as he gets some decent blocking. Dre Leverett with the tackle there, just had the clean shot, leaving 3rd and 7. Hard count, not going to be the free play, and a throw that is incomplete. So it's not exactly a great second half here. Definitely slowing down a little bit as the defense is caught up with what Coach Monroe has been trying to install here. Throw is outside, and it's thrown downfield. It's a trick play touchdown. Though it looks like this one might be coming back. They're going to call offensive pass interference. The slot receiver, the true freshman out there, was just blocking before he needed to. That's a big miss. Ball's backed up. Here goes Armenta with a nice pickup of 8. I wouldn't go calling the man a burner by any means, but he's got some workable speed here. Similar to Coach Monroe, as his old playing days, wasn't necessarily a burner, but he definitely ran well. Right now his focus is running this offense as smoothly as possible. They've had some hiccups today. Look for them to try to end things on a high mark. Armenta with another scramble, looking for some blocks downfield as he gets the help from his receiver. And as the Judicials are now out of timeouts, the only stoppage of time they have to look forward to is the 2-minute break. Armenta with the keeper here, sticks the foot in the ground and runs through the Judicial goal line stand. It's a touchdown for the Warhawks as they'll make this one a 34-14 ball game. That is how we get started in the prequel series for Coach Bronson Moreau. His return to the football field is a big one, as he helped orchestrate an offense with 210 passing yards. Armenta also with a good amount of rushing yardage, capping the night off with a rushing touchdowns, seeing themselves by the FCS East Judicials and starting the year with a perfect 1-0. Well, that is where we're going to leave things off for today. Just a taste of what's to come in this prequel series that will include some live streams. In fact, next time we are back, it will be a live stream. And we're going to have to start off with a game against Alabama. Then we'll get into some easier competitions after that. But for Coach Monroe, until we get to College Football 27, we're going to be dancing around with this series and any sort of updates we get on College Football 27, which I can only imagine is going to be happening sooner rather than later. So to make sure you don't miss out on any of Monroe's story, where we go next, what school will be taking over in College Football 27, hit that bear icon in the bottom right corner and scroll down and tag team it with that bell icon. That way you get notified and you subscribe so you're here for every step of the way. Well, the next time we see Coach Monroe will be on Wednesday for a late afternoon, early evening start to the stream. And how far we go, well, that depends on how quickly we get through these games. It was a great start. I only expect to see more plays. And let me know what you think about the veer and shoot offense, as that being our offense for the next game as well. But until then, we'll see you next time. Coach Moreau heads up to face Bama.